Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Jimbo, of course, your host, and today we're going to be doing another, I know I say that every time, but it is another highly requested video, especially as of late. So the two products come from the same company, and you probably already know because the title of this episode or this video, but today we're going to be comparing this is the Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax, which has the Smart Shield technology or whatever, but we've seen this be a real all-star, right? This product comes in at right around $5 or $6, is readily available to be picked up at any auto parts store, and is true to what it says on the label, that it has the longest lasting, or it is the longest lasting premium spray wax. And it builds layers of shine and protection, obviously, whatever. But for the price point and the availability, it has quickly become one of my favorites. And then a newer product that the Turtle Wax Ice line has created is this product right here. This is the Turtle Wax Ice Seal and Shine. Now this product on the shelves comes in at about $14, but you guys have been telling me in the comments that it can be found for around the same price as the Ice Spray Wax. So the Seal and Shine says that it's a hybrid of synthetic and synthetic and organic material. It's a hybrid wax, but I wanted to see, and a lot of you have been asking, if you can only pick one, which one should you pick? And so we're gonna talk about that in this video today. In my opinion, using these products, there's only been a few key differences that you may pick one over the other. The main issue, or the main difference to me, is the smell. So what's funny is a couple of my buddies haven't liked the smell of the Ice Spray Wax. It's okay, I would agree with them that it's not the best smelling product, but for me, the brute smell of the Seal and Shine just kind of is a deal breaker for me, even though it offers incredible durability, goes on very smooth, and is very user friendly, and again, readily available, and the price point is extremely hard to beat. So other than that, they both go on and apply on the panel virtually the same, and what I want to see in this durability test is which one hangs in there longer. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's apply it to the panel, and then we'll take it through the torture test. Okay, let's go through the application. So on the right hand side of your screen, I'm going to be using the Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax. I'll do 3 sprays. How about that? I want to do it even on both so I know what I'm doing. So adds, you know, that smell isn't my favorite, but it does make the panel really, really slick and nice. Really slick. Probably one of the slickest products or slickest surfaces I've felt on a panel. So we got that, the Ice Spray Wax on that side, and then on the left side of your screen, I'm going to be doing the Seal and Shine. So, and here's the thing, kind of with these tests, guys, I just want to, 2, 3, I want to make sure I'm getting across, is these tests are purely for fun. Right? Purely for fun, in the fact that I want to know what I'm getting with these products. What are the limits? I still get a lot of comments of like, well, that's not realistic to put it through the torture test, or, you know, my car isn't exposed to all those elements. I know, and I've said that before. The slickness is pretty good with the Seal and Shine. I would say that the slickness of the spray wax definitely has a beat, but we'll see. I'm going to let these cure. But the point of these tests is to see the limitations of the products, and company, the whole thing, I'll just keep rolling as we do this, kind of the whole thing, my whole model is to make you a better detailer. And making you a better detailer means that you need to know the limitations, strengths, and weaknesses of your products, but also what I'm trying to do is force companies to make better products for you, so that 1, you could become a better detailer, 2, that you don't waste your money on stupid products that suck. And that was part of my mission statement when I started this podcast in the first place, is to help guys and gals kind of decipher what's good and what's not. And so this is that in video format. So off my soapbox, I'm going to give this about 30 minutes to cure, then I'm going to move it outside and take it through the torture test. All right. It's been about 30 minutes, and I want to dedicate this torture test to a gentleman by the last name of Hamlin. Now that's, of course, not his real name, but he'll understand when he's watching this, and I want to dedicate this one to him. Anyway, but kind of going back on my soapbox as we kind of wet this for the first time and see what the reaction is. Wow, so the Seal and Shine is actually beating water better than the Turtle Wax, which is cool to see. I'm glad we're getting a difference. The Seal and Shine is sheeting water a lot better than the, I'm sorry, I don't know if I spoke right on that. The Ice Spray Wax is sheeting water better than the Seal and Shine, and the Seal and Shine is beating water, which is good that there's a difference. I'm actually glad there is, because now we could say, you know what, if you want something that's going to sheet water a little bit more, go for the Ice Spray Wax. If you want something that beads water a little bit more, go for the Seal and Shine. Sorry, Ian, I do need to cut my stragglies. This is just my drying towel that I leave over here. So this is the Dreadnought towel. I'll link it in the show notes below. It's a great drying towel. These are just part of the process, and I need to cut them off. Anyway, it is becoming, which is really cool to me, and I really appreciate it. But I've been, companies have reached out to me for me to test product, and then when I tell them what I want to do, they're scared and they back out. But then what I hear that they do is they actually recreate my torture test. They re-simulate my torture test in-house, and they're gauging if their product is good enough. And there's been a couple people that have said, or a couple companies, I should say, not really people. A couple companies, even though there's people behind every company, I don't know. Anyway, there's companies that have said, you know, whoops, let me step off my soapbox. Eagle One. Companies that have said, hey, we went back to the drawing board. Can't talk today, it's been a long week, okay? I went back to the drawing board to reformulate or strengthen up our products after we've seen your torture test, because we don't want you to do a video about it and then we get tortured, I guess, or torched or whatever. But again, these tests are for fun, right? This is fun for me. YouTube is a place that people go for entertainment. And this is my way of creating entertainment, but also value. And so I really never mean to come off and offend people or offend companies. That's not really who I am personally. It's not, I don't sleep good at night when that happens. So this is not a knock on any company. These are just for fun. It's just YouTube. It's just detailing. Let's get the residue off and see where we're at with the Turtle Wax. So we're kind of getting the same. Maybe the Seal and Shine took a little bit of a heat. The beads have kind of gone oblong, but that was just getting the residue off. Let me, oh man, sorry guys, is that shaking the camera every time I do that? Sorry about that. Let's get the residue off and see if we have any difference. That was the aggressive iron remover. I would say that it's not the most aggressive iron remover, but it's definitely more aggressive than, say, an Iron X. So therefore, it is an aggressive iron remover. So let's see how it did after, man, I just cannot stop kicking that thing today. Let's see what happens when water it off. So there we go. We got a sheeter and we got a beater. I'm so happy with this video. Super happy. So now I know what two products to recommend. Got a sheeter and a beater. Obviously our control section is sheeting water at a much slower rate. But again, here we go into and this is where I want you guys to make your decision. If you look at the Seal and Shine and you look at the Ice Spray Wax, the Ice Spray Wax definitely repelled the water quickly. It definitely didn't get hurt by the iron remover. But look how much less water is on the Turtle Wax Ice Spray Wax side of the panel versus the Seal and Shine. Now people are saying, like, why are people obsessed with beading, blah, blah, blah. It's sexy. Like you get a sunset mixed with water beads. Who doesn't like that, right? Who doesn't like coming out to see their car just, you know, littered with water beads? It is cool. And if you're drying your car, or if you're in any other scenario other than where your car, it's going to rain and then your car is going to get beat with sun right after, beads are cool. I get it, beads are cool. But if you want less water on the panel, this is Optimum Power Clean, but I don't really have much left. So let's see. This is definitely going to be the last one here, and I'm going to rub it in. But that's going to be the last of the Optimum Power Clean. Subsequent videos from here, where kind of my mind is at with test. You know, I want the feedback to go both ways. So one thing I'm playing with is I'm going to get a foam cannon and foam salt water onto the panel. And I'm being dead serious when I talk about this. I'm really not joking. I'm going to foam salt water on the panel in the next test. I just didn't have time to get it set up today. And then I'm also going to introduce heat. So that's going to take some editing and that kind of fun stuff that I, you know, love doing. Let me get the residue off here. But I'm going to introduce those two factors because I want to take your feedback as well. Turtle Wax, the spray wax, I guess they're both Turtle Wax. The spray wax took a big hit with the Optimum Power Clean, the sealant killer, while the Seal and Shine is still holding up a little bit longer. So that'll be cool if we can get a little bit more durability out of the Seal and Shine. Again, I'm looking for differences here, but I really am trying to take your guys' feedback into consideration as well. So I love interacting in the comments with you. And so though it's going to add more work to my plate, I think it's important to incorporate maybe more natural or more natural elements. So the heat and the salt water are going to be kind of two factors, even though, you know, I do want to fight back on, you know, people thinking that this isn't realistic. These tests aren't realistic. You know, we don't know what's floating in the air in the environment. If you look at what's going on the panel right now, the Seal and Shine is definitely fighting off the products faster. Now look at how the spray wax right there. So let me go from this angle, see if I'm missing something. So after I wipe the residue, I would say that the spray wax is still there, because look at it compared to the control section. Now the Seal and Shine has definitely taken a big hit, and we're gonna have to go one further. But in my book, to hold up against Optimum Power Clean Straight, which I've dubbed the sealant killer, is pretty impressive out of products in the $5 range. This is not a sponsored video. Both these products I paid for, yeah, so this is just for fun. Just for fun. So there we go, and look at, you can see how easily the panel dries off too, which I think is an important thing to note when we talk about looking at, you know, other factors other than just water beading, water sheeting. How can we tell if the products are still there? As I keep talking, we're gonna switch it up to Purple Power. You know, another thing that we look at is how fast does the car dry off, you know? So, but you do want less water on the panel. So, because what starts to happen in this little balance of like test is like, okay, well, if it stands up to Optimum Power Clean, what do I do if I want to take the stuff off my car? Do I really have to compound it off? So you really don't want it to be too hard to take off either, which is kind of an interesting to think about. But I think we're going to see at least one of these have died. And both these products, you know, I want to make sure I say this, are instant cures. So, I mean, 30 minutes I gave it, but for the most part, that's an instant cure. You know, Guion, Can Coat, we saw, was that 7 days they want to do to wait for a full cure? Like 7 days. Bead Maker, I think, is 8 hours. Fast Finish is instant. So, but what I like is a product that goes from beading to sheeting, right? So we might still have residue on the panel. Even with the residue, we could see, I think we're gonna have a winner in Seal and Shine, at least in this test. So, this will be the last product and get the residue off, and we'll see where we stand there. All right, let's put some water on the panel and see how we did. Wow, still flat, right? But look at the rate that they're both sheeting. I mean, they're both sheeting faster than that control panel. Obviously the Seal and Shine, or maybe not obviously, but the Seal and Shine is getting more water off the panel, which kind of is funny because a lot of people give me crap for this panel. That, oh, it's not fair, the right side of the panel is dented and that's why the product didn't work as good. And then I have a video like this where the product on the dented side actually does better than the product on the flat side. So that kind of kills that argument. But I think we have a winner in this test. All right, what do you guys think? I know that they're virtually identical. They do a lot of the similar things. They apply the same. The smell's a little bit different, but what did you think looking at that torture test? Did you like the way the Seal and Shine held up a little bit longer, or were you shocked at how long the ice spray wax held in, or vice versa? I'd love to hear your thoughts, feelings, opinions, emotions in the comments below, and also your suggestions for future videos. Obviously, we have this wall filled up, still need to fill up that wall, and I got some really cool videos coming in the future. There's a little sneak peek for those of you that hang around to the end, but I'd love to hear your thoughts, feelings, opinions, and emotions in the comments below. Let's start our dialogue there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.